Hello, welcome back to Tarot by Andy. This is my vibrational reading. Please do your own research for entertainment purposes and allegedly. I hope you guys are having a beautiful Saturday. Today it is absolutely gorgeous out there. It is 62 degrees. It's got a little wind. The sun's out. It's my kind of weather. It's a gorgeous day. I don't like the heat. Not a fan of the heat. Guess that means I'm getting too old. All right, so today in the American tabloids, or in the news also, it is stating that their popularity is tanking and that they're having to rethink things through. That was online. And also another thing that hit American news online, not on paper, is that they did not give enough thought as to how the Oprah interview would affect Archie. So I want to hit up those two things there. Do they even think of Archie? And also, some other ones. So there are some still stuff hitting the news. Another one that hit American news in the tabloids online is that they are now saying that Meghan convinced Harry that she is Diana 2.0. So, a lot of negativity is hitting the news. They are not loved out here. And I think it's quite funny. There was a Twitter post about how people are going into Walmarts and various stores, mainly in the UK. Maybe it'll spread around here as well, maybe just in LA, but where they're taking their news stories and they're putting them in the back shelf and hiding the cover images with them and making it so people can't see it. I think it's brilliant. I think it's hilarious. So anyways, have at it. If you feel like doing it, I'm not going to judge you. I might be tempted to do it myself, or at least take the cover and just turn it that way. I think quite possibly an employee could stop you and say, "What are you doing?" So I wouldn't want to get in trouble, but I probably wouldn't mind just taking that front cover and just turning it backwards, yes. All right, enough being a little cynical. Yeah, I know. It's not such high vibe thing, but Jesus, I mean, really all the projections of their own misery and what they're painting is just ridiculous. So here we go. Do they even care about Archie and the effects of Oprah, the Oprah interview? Big question. Let's find out. I'm doing the major arcanas. I'm going to pull 3 and then I'm going to clarify. Just to get right to it, you guys. Why not? So here we go. Archie. Do they even care the long-term effects of Archie? Here we go. The first card is here. Put those there. And we have the Hierophant. Then we have the Emperor in reverse. And then we have no, they don't. And the Hermit in reverse. So no. Right away, they are not considering how it's going to affect him, or even how it's going to affect the royal family, or even how it's going to affect their marriage. No. These people are just completely blindfolded. It is literally the blind leading the blind between the two of them. So no, they have an inability to look inward at themselves. They don't care about the firm. They don't care about the royal family, and they don't even care about their they do care about their family because it is upright. They only care about themselves. This is the marriage alliance card. So they do care about appearing as though they're a marriage alliance. But as we know from all my previous spreads, I always get lovers in reverse. So they do care about that image. This is the only thing that matters, is looking like that they do have a marriage alliance and that they are together. So let's clarify this. So they obviously don't care about Archie being a family member, and they obviously don't think about the long-term effects. So that's very narky. How narky of them. Very, very narky. Very self-focused. And we have here the Ace of Cups. So they're very emotional about appearing together. The next one here, they don't want to appear as though they're having challenges with the firm. They want to appear like they're wanted and needed by them, even though we know they're not. The next one here with the Hermit is they realize they're just coming off, they don't really care because they're spreading deceit, gossip. They're communicating on a very immature level. This is the arrested development of an adult. And so they have arrested development, and they have an inability to look inward, and they're being very gossipy. They're just lashing out with their communication, and that is basically what, and they're not going to look at, they don't care to even look at what they're saying. They don't even go back and backtrack as to what they said previously. That's why their lies get mixed up, because they don't look inward, which is a typical thing with the narcissist. One of the biggest flaws they have is they assume that we're stupid, and they assume that we don't keep track of what they say. They assume that we don't remember what they say. They have a very forgetful memories. They can't keep track because they don't look inward. They don't keep mental track of it themselves. Very common trait. This is a total trait of them. And then they just keep flapping their jaws, and they get caught up in their own lies. And that is it. They just don't think. They think that we're stupid. They really think that we're not going to catch them. And they're honestly shocked when we do, and we try and hold them to it. That's why they go to the 4 Ds: deny, deflect, devalue, discard. How dare you call me out on it? So they go straight for the 4 Ds, you guys, because they don't look at themselves. So let's get some more. Clarify the Ace of Cups. Clarify the Ace of Cups. Clarify the Ace of Cups. And they are only concerned about Harry making the buck. So that's the only thing. Appear emotional, that they've got new babies coming, they have new children, they got this emotional cup overflowing, and that Harry is her Prince Charming. So that is what they're focused on. Let's get for the challenges in reverse. Challenges in reverse, the 5 of Wands in reverse. Here we go. And we get the happy family, and that they left. So they want to appear that they left and they're a happy family from leaving. Let's get the Page of Swords, Page of Swords. So they're really self-focused. And so basically, yeah, they're not happy. They're not happy. They're not totally challenged, but they obviously were not happy with whatever they were getting. They're never going to be happy with whatever they're getting, but they're trying to pretend and act like they are, as far as I'm concerned. And they're starting to become happy. They are actually starting to become somewhat happy because they don't have the challenges, the challenges that they thought they had. So they are becoming somewhat satisfied with some of the things they are getting, because it is a conflict in reverse. So they don't even look at the conflicts. They don't even think what they're doing is conflicts. They don't see what they're doing as a problem, because they're happy. They're actually relatively satisfied with doing it. They really are. They find some sick satisfaction from it. That's the dark aspect of them. That is the sadism, really. It is total sadism. Let's get the 5 of Cups in reverse, 5 of Cups in reverse. And to do that and not think anything of it, trust me, it is to make the most painful impact they can. That is sadism. So 2 of Wands. So they think their success is going to be close. They think that they know the world is watching, and that they are close, and they've got options and choices. They've got partnerships, because it's a 2. All 2s are partnerships, choices between 2 things. They think they've got choices, in an artistic, creative thing, and that everyone's going to be interested in them. Everyone's going to be interested. But because she can't create, we got Queen of Wands in reverse. She's not capable. She relies on everyone else. Under the surface for this whole thing is there's no rest and recovery for them. And when it comes to, this whole Oprah thing, there's no rest and recovery right now, because they're probably going over all of it, and they feel emotionally fulfilled. He's happy about it. He's getting some sick pleasure from it. Harry is. It's that duper's delight. I got one over on you. But he's not getting any rest and recovery, because he's very anxious. I would say his anxiety is really off the charts right now, because he does suffer from anxiety. He has anxiety issues, which he has talked about. So I guess that's my next thing, is how's his anxiety going? How is his anxiety? How is Harry's anxiety? How is Harry's anxiety? How is Harry's anxiety? How is Harry's anxiety? Here we go. And it is, well, she is not willing to put up with it. It's driving her crazy, I can tell you that. She is not happy. So she's not being emotionally supportive over his anxiety. Here she puts him in the situation, and then she doesn't help him along. It's all for the camera. Yeah, I love Harry, and I'm very much there for him. But really behind the scenes, she's not. when he's anxious and he's having panic attacks, she's probably off doing her own thing. So she's not a nurturing. She doesn't have that nurturing energy. She's not a nurturer when he's not doing well, and his heart's pounding through his chest and probably vomiting because gastrointestinal issues go, your bowel movements go, you become jittery, you get severe heart palpitations, dizziness, and you end up in bed. And this is him in bed, and he's not able to actually relax because his heart is pounding and he's in a very bad place, and she is not a caretaker. Definitely not a caretaker energy. Here we go. Let's get some more on her lack of care. Her lack of care. She's not a caretaker. She's going to probably wish someone else comes along and does it. They do not. Yeah. So she just allows him. She doesn't like hearing. She doesn't like seeing it because he does have insomnia. And it's just, you're messing with my jive. I can't deal with you because if I deal with you, this is going to happen to me. Because it's a reminder of what she's done to him. And so she cannot face it. She can't face it. She's got to deny, deflect, devalue, discard. And I do think he is in a prolonged devaluation mode. She's going to use all this against him. So that's why she's allowing him to fall apart. She wants him to fall apart. And then she's going to say, I can't be there for you because you're giving me insomnia. So she's claiming victim back on him. We got two victims here. And she's not totally broken heart. There's no love there. There's no helping. She's not going to get, she's like, nah, you just go take your pills, Harry. Go lay down. So no nurturing. Let's get Harry. How does Harry feel about the lack of nurturing? How does Harry feel about the lack of nurturing? How does he feel about the lack of nurturing from his wife? Well, he relies on other people. Other people come in, not her. He does have someone else that comes in and helps him. He's got a friend. Someone comes in as a friend. Let's find out who that friend is. Please tell me, who is this friend? Is it a knight? Is it a king energy, queen energy? We shall know. We shall know in a second. Let's see. Who is this support? Who is this support? Well, he feels that someone does come in to help with the conflict because she's not willing to step in. So someone steps in, gives him support from the conflicts over fighting over him having anxiety, panic attacks, throwing up, bowels going, laying down, not able to get out of bed. She's not emotionally available. So they fight, support comes in, then, but everything happens very slow. So it's a slow recovery from him. And it's looking like it is a female energy who is not self-sufficient. So it's probably, I would say the fact that she's not a woman of leisure. She's not a woman with money. So I would say it's probably someone who works for them. I would say it's probably someone who is paid to do it because she is not self-sufficient. She probably lives under the roof. Probably the maid, literally the maid. I'm going to ask because I think it's really interesting to see who actually nurtures him when he's bedridden and can't get out of bed from severe panic attacks. Severe panic attacks are so bad, people do go to the ER, you guys. So is this the maid? Is this the maid who actually lends a hand to Harry? Is it the maid? Is it the maid that lends a hand to Harry when he's super sick from anxiety and panic attacks? Is it the maid? Is it the maid or someone that's an employee there? Yep, it's an employee. It's an employee, it's not Megan. So an employee looks after him, not his wife. So no loving energy there, you guys. Never assume that they are a loving bond, that she has any iota of any loving energy in her. Just not there. And we never get cups between them, except for the illusion. You know, it's always the illusion side of things when I might get a cup, but that's just for the stage, for the global stage. So, yeah. Let's find out now about, what was it? I was going to find out about... let's see, my little brain farts. What was it? So it was Archie, and it was, gosh, I wish I was doing a live video. I may do some live videos, you guys. What do you think of that? Should I do a live videos where I say I'm going to be on? Let me know if you're interested. Then you guys can chat with me. I could see some of the feed coming in, quite possibly. I've never tried it. I'm a little nervous about actually doing that. Okay, so we got that. Okay, let me think. Give me a second here. Something will come to me. Oh, repairing themselves, repairing their image because they're realizing they're absolutely hated. And that is definitely happening, you guys. They're realizing that nothing is working. All that PR money that they could have spent on security is nothing's happening. So it's just constant fix-it mode. He is really a submissive at this point, which is go and clean up all her messes. So he is a submissive. So I guess I should ask, how does Harry feel about being a submissive? Because that technically really is what he is. He just, when she says jump, he jumps, and then he asks how high. That is your submissive. So how does Harry feel about being a submissive? How does Harry feel about being a submissive? How does Harry feel about being a submissive? Being a submissive is very challenging, being a submissive. And we have here, yeah, she tells him what to do. Go get that, Harry. I told you, go get it. Pick it up for me. Challenging, go pick this, go do that. So she's making demands. And we have here with the 6 in reverse. So that is no harmony. There's absolutely no emotional harmony going on in the home. It's totally in reverse. And she's just telling him, jump, and I tell you how high. And we got this one. Doesn't like working with her. I always get that. He does not want to work with her. And yeah, he just feels like he would like to be strong. He remains strong for her as a submissive. And he knows that he's not in control. He's not the one pulling all the magic here. He's not making things happen. She's the one creating everything. And he's not the one working. She's the one doing all the working. And he's just to be submissive and pretend and be strong for her. Just be strong and he's really a submissive to nurture her emotions and to try and pick up her messes. That's really classic, in all honesty. It's very classic. What else do we have here? Yep, it's the greed card, inability to manage their emotions and feelings, and he feels like a broke man, a very broke man, not in control, cannot maintain his energy. He's all over the place. He probably flips and flops from being contented or happy when she's happy. When she's miserable, he's miserable. Whatever she's going through, he's going through. And so those emotions are flipping, flopping on a daily basis. From 1 hour to the next, they can laugh, cry, scream, yell, and then go back to being happy and joking. So that's basically how I feel, that the emotions are everywhere and that they do want to be world leaders. They want to be world, the voice for the world in front of everybody. And they want everyone to think of them. They want everyone to think the world of them as well, literally. And they want to be fulfilled with total harmony and viewed that way. And her whole thing about having him as a submissive is really so that she could be seen in front of the world. Because she did come in as a broke woman and she wants to leave as a wealthy woman. But she hasn't gotten there yet. It's not there yet. So that's why he's just miserable, because until this happens here, she's going to really treat him very poorly as a submissive. This is going to this will never change. That will never go away. Under the surface, yeah, loss and illness. So not happy. Yeah, he's not happy. He doesn't like being a submissive. And he knows he's got to be very studious, very academic. He's got to be a good student for her. And that he has got to do everything that she wants, that she is like the mother and he is the child. That is mommy and that is son. So he is the son submissive to the older woman. Yeah. And let's find out, how are they feeling about their future? How are they feeling about the next month? Let's do a little horoscope for the month. How's that? I don't think I've ever done a horoscope for the month for the Harkles. Let's do the horoscope for the month of June. The month of June horoscope for the Harkles. Horoscope for the Harkles for the month of June. The month of June. Here we go. We're waiting. We got Star in reverse and Lovers in reverse. So they're not going down the right path. They're not lovers, and they think things are close. They think something's going to happen for them. They're hoping. Let's get some more. horoscope for the Harkles for June. June, well, that flipped. Okay, they're going to be working, and he is to be the main focus for work for June because she's supposed to have just given birth. Yeah, that was that whole birth narrative. It's just a narrative, nothing more. Let's get some Lenormand for the month of June. The Harkles, month of June, month of June. Oh, they've got the moon energy, so they're exploring some inner issues. They know they've got their issues, so they're exploring them. They're thinking about it. They realize that they've got a lot of struggles and they've got a lot of fears. Tons of fears here. The moon is the fear card and trying to release your fears, get over your fears, struggles, an unplanned path. So they've got all that going on. Ooh, struggles with the marriage. So they're going to have issues probably hiding that marriage issues. This is sticking out. I'm going to take it. Oh, and with the house. So they're going to have issues with the Montecito home, probably thinking about selling it. Or did they even own it? A lot of people don't even think they even owned it. So that could be going down this summer, as possibly that house going on the market. Some people say that it's already on the market. So let's get some cards and clarify that real quickly. I know that I kind of go all over the place, but when I see something, I want to clarify it. I just can't leave it there on the table. So here we go. What's going on with the house? Please clarify. What is going on with the Montecito home? Montecito home. What is going on with the Montecito home? Well, cup overflowing in reverse with incubus, succubus, evil dark side of money. That is a parasitic. That is someone working against you. Someone is working against them in terms of happiness, and it's working against them. Being there is working against them. They're not happy living there or renting it. Whatever's going on with the house, they're not happy with it, and they're veiling it. The whole situation is veiled. We got the veil card, and they don't want people knowing that. So since I got the veil, it may not even be their house. They may not even own the house, and they're just going to get out of the rental agreement because we got the veil card. So I'm thinking this was never their house because I got the veil card, and I got this incubus succubus, which is a parasite, and parasites suck on and use other people's money. They use other people's lifestyle for their benefit, while smiling at you and poking you in the back with swords and being very destructive and work against you, but take advantage of all the benefits that you can give them. And they're not happy. They're just not happy because it's probably not theirs. I don't think it's theirs right now. Because of this, I don't think it's their house. I think it was a fake story they put out. So let's count that. That comes to 12, 13, 23 comes to 6 of clubs, olive tree. So it was a growing situation in terms of the house. Since it was a growing situation, it was probably just rental. It was just a rental. I'm going to ask the pendulum. Was it just a rental house? Was Montecito just for rent? Did they just rent Montecito? Yeah, their lease might be coming up, maybe. Was it just a rental? Was Montecito just a rental? Was it just a rental? And the rental is up. And it is up. Was it just a rental? 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 It's taking its time. And yes, it is. It's just a rental. Will they be buying something else? Will they be buying something else? Will they be buying something else, something smaller? Will they buy something they can actually afford? Will they buy something that they can actually afford? Are they going to buy something that they can actually afford? Yeah. Yeah. They're going to go out and buy something they can actually afford. Maybe get out of Montecito because they're not liked, which is interesting. I guess I should ask, will they stay in Montecito? Will they stay in Montecito? People want them out of there, you guys. No one wants them there because of all the cameras and their shenanigans. And the community is very unhappy with them. And they're not popular and they're not liked. They're not really embraced. Only a couple people embrace them, and then they sell the you-know-what out of that in the tabloids. But they are not embraced at all. So will they leave Montecito? Will they leave Montecito? Will they leave Montecito? Will they leave Montecito? Well, we've got the 2 of Wands. So that's a partnership and a fork in the road. Yeah, they are looking to see where they can go next. Where can we go next? We need to decide what direction we're going in. Yeah, right away it's a yes. Where do we go? Where should we go? Where should we go because of this? Where should we go? Because nobody loves us and he's not truly happy. Where should we go because of Archie? Where should we go because of cause and effect and we feel like we are being criticized and judged unfairly? Where should we go because we don't know our path? We don't know where we're going. This was so unplanned. We don't know our own struggles. Where should we go because we don't want to go back to the family and the firm and we're not welcome back? Where should we go because we have no creative ability or spark or inspiration to even know where to go or even create work, meaningful work to actually bring in money? Where should we go because we need money and you can get some money from, we need to dig up some money. Use up whatever money you have left, Harry. Whatever money's left, we need to spend it on a house that we can actually afford. Under the surface, Page of Swords. Yeah. And we're going to keep this somewhat secretive. We're going to keep this secretive about our deceit. And in the center of it, we are not a happy family, but we will pretend to be one. So that is that. Yeah. We're not a happy family, but we're going to pretend. Let's pretend. So it's like they're toddlers pretending like they're in school. She's quite the pretender. Let's get under the roses. Under the roses and their pretend happiness in the next house. The pretend happiness in the next house. So I'm going to expect this house is going to hit the market. We're going to find out they moved, you guys. Yeah, loyalty. So they're going to take their dog and their family. And they're going to, a letter could be also could be papers for, it's information writing. This could be like legal papers also, as far as I'm concerned. And it's a hard climb. It's getting over the difficulty. Lots of difficulties going to find this a new place. So they're gonna really struggle with finding something that pleases them. And yep, because she is the main focus. Don't forget me. That's all that's important. That's at the bottom of the deck. That is the only thing that matters to her. And in the center of the deck, what do I have here? And make sure it's sweet and it's a nice place. But we've got this mountain to climb and it's concerning. So they're writing letters. That letters could be about, with realtors. It could be communication and looking for the new home. We need it for our family. We need the loyalty. They need someone who's loyal to help them find it. It's got to be sweet for her. And don't you forget, I am the main focus here and I have to approve it. It's got to be upon her approval, not Harry's. So let's find out, how does Harry feel about this? How does Harry feel about this? Here's Under the Roses deck. Under the Roses deck. Oh, how does he feel? He feels sick about it. That is the sickness card, the mental sickness, totally sick. Everything's sick about it. Very mentally unwell, unhealthy, falling apart, being used, hurt. This is a kind of a snake in the grass, being hurt, being abused. It's just very negative energy. Under the surface, how does he feel about it? Burden, pain, and suffering. So he's not in a good place. He's not in a good place. And also the house. There's the house. He's very sick that they still don't have what they need. That it boils down to where are we going to live. So they're going to probably put the house on the market and they're going to, get themselves a loyal realtor, someone that's going to keep their secrets, be quiet about it, keep their mouth shut. Harry's completely sick over it. She's okay with it, but let's keep this on the down low. And don't forget, only I matter if you got to go through me if I approve it or not, and do not bother with Harry. Deal with me. I'm the one you deal with. Don't even bother with Harry. And yes, it's going to be a hard climb, and it's going to be very difficult finding something. Not because they're strapped. They're financially strapped because they spend so much on advertising. They're not spending money on security. They're not spending money on the important aspects that they complain about. It's all a fraud. So everything about them is a fraud. Let's get some more cards on the celebrities that are claiming to still be chummy with them. Let's find out about them. Like Chrissy Teigen. How does Chrissy Teigen feel about Markle right now, that woman? How does Chrissy Teigen feel about her? How does Chrissy Teigen feel about Markle now? How does she feel? Is she getting warm and fuzzies? Is there any warm and fuzzies with Chrissy Teigen and Markle? Or is it competitive? Is it competitive or is it fuzzy? My guess is you got two narcissists going against each other. It's all a facade. It's not a real relationship. Here we go. Here we go. Chrissy Teigen and that woman. Okay, what do we have here? Two of Cups. Two of Cups and Nine of Wands. And they were basically kind of sideways reverse. So I will say that the Nine of Wands represents fulfillment and resilience and the partnership. So I say they're going to try and appear as though, because I got it kind of like this, they're kind of wishy-washy with each other. I think they go back and forth. They want to appear as though they have a great friendship and that they've got the resilience here with the friendship. But I think it's wishy-washy since it was sideways. I think they have their sweet, mean cycles. Probably sweet, mean, sweet, mean, sweet, mean. Classic narcissist is your sweet, mean. 1 minute they're nice to you, and then they're challenging, and then they're nasty to you. So I think that they have their sweet, mean cycles. I think they go through a sweet, mean cycle where it's a love-hate relationship. And it's really for appearances. But I will find out with this card because it's sticking there, and I haven't pulled it yet. And what is it? It is the Page of Wands. So they're doing it, it's the immature new path trying to create something together to appear like they're both strong because they want to appear strong. And under the surface, we have here the Fool, that they're just taking new paths, being courageous, going on these new paths in their lives, and that that they're two young women who are being creative together. So they're really trying to paint themselves as creative fire starters, entrepreneurial, look at me, we're always on a new path, taking risks in life, we're good friends, we are good friends, but they're not. They are sweet, mean cycles, hot and cold with each other. Love-hate, it's a love-hate, challenging, competition. It's a friendship of competition, but they hook up together because it benefits them. And that is with most celebrity relationships. That includes your fake love relationships too. And a lot of the celebrities do it in the male on male, female on female relationships. Secondary source of supply, basically. So I'm going to say that these two are basically a secondary source of supply for each other. For that woman, Harry's her primary, and Chrissy Teigen is a secondary source of supply. And same goes with Chrissy. They're both using each other as a secondary source of supply. And that's how I feel about it. And I feel very strongly about that. And in the center of it, what do I have here? The Knight of Cups. So they don't love each other. They don't like chasing after each other because they want to be their own person. They don't want to chase after the other person. So it's probably she's got to call me. I'm not chasing after her. So they don't chase towards each other. They are not loving, going towards each other with love. No. It is competition. It is for the camera. It is for the world stage. It is for mutual benefit, mutual accomplishment together to appear accomplished. So yeah, it's just using it for public image. Public image. I hope you enjoyed this long enough video. I hope you have a great Saturday. Until next time, like and subscribe. Bye.